Are you over 70 and sometimes feel a pang of guilt or worry because your social circle isn't as bustling as it once was? Perhaps you see younger retirees constantly meeting up with friends and wonder if you're missing out. Or maybe you feel pressured to maintain friendships that no longer bring you joy. Well, today, we're going to challenge that notion. We're going to explore a potentially liberating idea that after 70, you don't need a large group of friends to live a happy and fulfilling life. In fact, embracing independence might be the key to greater well-being in your golden years. For decades, we've been told that social connection is vital for health and happiness, and that's absolutely true. However, as we age, our needs and priorities shift. The energy required to maintain numerous friendships can become a significant drain, and the dynamics of some long-standing relationships may change. The pressure to constantly socialize can sometimes lead to feeling more stressed or obligated than genuinely happy. It's time to reevaluate the traditional view of friendship in later life and consider the often overlooked benefits of independence. And today, we're diving into a topic that might seem a bit unconventional, but could be incredibly empowering for those over 70. We're going to explore why you don't need friends after 70. 6 reasons to embrace independence and live happier. We'll be looking at the natural changes that occur as we age and how focusing on our own autonomy and interests can actually lead to a more joyful and contented life. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why it's perfectly okay and even beneficial to prioritize independence in your 70s and beyond. You'll discover 6 compelling reasons why a smaller social circle, or even significant periods of solitude, can contribute to your happiness, reduce stress, and allow you to focus on what truly matters to you. We'll provide practical insights and encourage you to embrace this new chapter with confidence and a sense of freedom. Before we delve into the details, I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on friendship in your 70s and beyond? Do you find it as crucial as it once was, or are you discovering the joys of more independent pursuits? Share your experiences in the comments below. We'd love to read them. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more insightful discussions like this. Now let's get into the 6 reasons why embracing independence after 70 can lead to a happier life. Reason 1. Your energy reserves naturally change. As we age, it's a natural part of life that our physical energy levels tend to decrease. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's simply how our bodies evolve. Maintaining a large social circle requires significant energy. Planning outings, traveling to meet people, engaging in conversations, and even just being in social environments can be physically and mentally taxing. Think about it. In your younger years, you might have effortlessly juggled work, family, and a vibrant social life. But after 70, your body might be telling you it needs more rest and a slower pace. This doesn't mean you should become a recluse, but it does suggest that prioritizing how you spend your energy becomes crucial. You might find that the energy you once dedicated to numerous social engagements is now better spent on activities that truly rejuvenate you, such as gentle exercise, hobbies, or simply relaxing and enjoying some quiet time. The biological mechanisms behind this include changes in metabolism, muscle mass, and overall physiological reserves. It's important to listen to your body and respect its limitations. Trying to keep up with a social schedule that drains you can lead to fatigue, stress, and even impact your immune system. Let's say there's a lovely woman named Eleanor who is 72. In her younger years, she was the life of the party, always surrounded by friends. But now, she finds that even a simple lunch with a few friends leaves her feeling utterly exhausted for the rest of the day. She started feeling guilty, thinking she was becoming antisocial. However, when she started prioritizing her energy, perhaps choosing one meaningful social interaction a week instead of several, she found herself with more energy for her gardening, which she loves, and for reading, which brings her peace. Eleanor realized that it wasn't about not wanting to connect, but about her body needing her to be more selective with her energy expenditure. The key here is to shift your focus from the quantity of your friendships to the quality. Instead of trying to maintain a large number of acquaintances, concentrate on nurturing a few truly meaningful connections that bring you genuine joy and support without being overly demanding of your energy. Learn to say no to social invitations without feeling guilty. It's perfectly acceptable to prioritize your well-being. Schedule your social activities mindfully, perhaps allowing for rest days in between. Consider shorter, more intimate gatherings rather than large, boisterous events. Explore social activities that are less physically demanding, such as online groups or phone calls. Remember, it's about finding a balance that works for you and your current energy levels. By acknowledging and respecting your changing energy levels, you can significantly improve your overall quality of life. Trying to force yourself into a social mold that no longer fits can lead to frustration and burnout. Embracing a more independent lifestyle allows you to conserve your energy for activities that truly enrich your life and bring you happiness. This can lead to reduced stress, improved physical health, and a greater sense of control over your own time and well-being. It's about being kind to yourself and recognizing that your needs have evolved. Pay attention to how you feel after social interactions. Do you feel energized and happy, or drained and exhausted? Keep a simple log for a week or two, noting your energy levels before and after social engagements. This can help you identify which types of interactions are most draining and which ones leave you feeling good. Be honest with yourself about your limitations, and don't be afraid to adjust your social calendar accordingly. While reduced energy is a normal part of aging, it's also important to rule out any underlying medical conditions. If you experience persistent and significant fatigue, it's always a good idea to consult with your doctor to ensure there are no other health issues contributing to your low energy levels. So, as you can see, the natural shift in our energy levels is a significant reason why prioritizing independence after 70 can be a wise choice. Let's move on to our second reason. Reason 2. Your focus naturally shifts towards different priorities. As we journey through life, our priorities and interests inevitably evolve. In our younger years, we might have prioritized building a career, raising a family, and establishing a wide social network. However, after 70, many people find that their focus shifts towards more introspective pursuits, personal growth, and simply enjoying the peace and quiet they may have longed for during busier times. You might find yourself more drawn to hobbies you never had time for before, like painting, writing, gardening, or learning a new language. Perhaps you want to spend more time reading, reflecting on your life, or simply enjoying the company of your own thoughts. This shift in focus is natural and healthy. It reflects a deeper understanding of yourself and what truly brings you contentment in this stage of life. The need for constant external validation through a large social circle often diminishes as we become more comfortable and secure in our own skin. Take, for instance, David, who is 75. For years, his life revolved around his work and his weekly poker night with the guys. After retiring, he initially tried to maintain the same social rhythm, but he soon realized that what he truly enjoyed now was spending time in his workshop, building intricate model airplanes. The poker nights started to feel like an obligation rather than a source of joy. When he allowed himself to prioritize his passion for model building, he found a new sense of purpose and fulfillment, even though it meant spending more time alone. Embrace your evolving interests and don't feel pressured to maintain friendships based on shared activities from the past if those activities no longer resonate with you. Dedicate time and energy to the hobbies and interests that truly excite you. Explore new avenues of learning and personal growth. This could involve taking online courses, joining a book club focused on a topic you love, or volunteering for a cause you care about. These activities can provide a deep sense of satisfaction and connection to something meaningful, even if they don't involve a large social group. By aligning your life with your current priorities and interests, you'll likely experience a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. Trying to force yourself to fit into old social patterns can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and inauthenticity. Embracing your evolving self allows you to live a life that is more aligned with your inner values and desires, leading to greater happiness and contentment. Reflect on how you spend your free time. Are you engaging in activities that truly bring you joy and satisfaction, or are you primarily focused on maintaining social obligations? Make a list of things you've always wanted to do or learn, and see if you can incorporate more of those into your daily life. Pay attention to what makes you feel truly alive and engaged. If you find yourself losing interest in all activities, including those you once enjoyed, it could be a sign of depression. It's important to be aware of your mental health and seek professional help if you have concerns. Our changing priorities naturally lead us to our next point. Reason 3. You might find more value in solitude and self-reflection. As we age, we accumulate a wealth of life experiences, wisdom, and insights. This stage of life can be a valuable time for introspection, self-reflection, and cultivating inner peace. Solitude can provide the space and quiet needed to process these experiences, gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, and connect with our inner selves. Constant social interaction can sometimes be a distraction from this important inner work. Spending time alone allows for contemplation, meditation, and simply being present in the moment without the need to engage with others. This can lead to a greater sense of calm, clarity, and emotional well-being. The need for external stimulation and validation often decreases as we become more comfortable with ourselves and our place in the world. Consider Margaret, who is 78. Throughout her life, she was always surrounded by people, a large family, a busy career, and a wide circle of friends. After retiring, she initially felt a void, but she decided to embrace the quiet time and started spending her mornings meditating and journaling. She found that these moments of solitude brought her a profound sense of peace and allowed her to reflect on her life with gratitude and acceptance. While she still enjoys occasional social visits, she now cherishes her alone time as essential for her well-being. Intentionally schedule time for solitude and self-reflection into your daily or weekly routine. This could involve quiet walks in nature, meditation, journaling, reading, or simply sitting in silence and enjoying your own company. Create a peaceful and comfortable space in your home where you can retreat for quiet contemplation. Explore practices like mindfulness and meditation, which can help you connect with your inner self and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Don't view solitude as loneliness, but rather as an opportunity for personal growth and rejuvenation. Embrace the silence and allow yourself to simply be. By prioritizing self-reflection and inner peace, you can cultivate a stronger sense of self-awareness, resilience, and emotional well-being. This inner strength can be incredibly valuable in navigating the challenges and joys of later life. Embracing solitude can lead to reduced stress, increased self-compassion, and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Pay attention to how you feel when you spend time alone. Do you feel anxious and restless, or peaceful and content? If you find solitude challenging, start with small increments of time and gradually increase it as you become more comfortable. Experiment with different activities that you find calming and conducive to reflection. If you find yourself feeling isolated and your feelings of solitude are accompanied by sadness or a lack of motivation, it's important to reach out to a healthcare professional. Our focus on inner peace naturally leads us to consider the quality of our existing relationships. Reason 4. You can free yourself from draining or toxic friendships. As we age, we've likely accumulated a variety of friendships, some of which may have evolved in ways that are no longer healthy or supportive. Maintaining friendships out of obligation or a sense of history, rather than genuine connection and mutual respect, can be emotionally draining and even detrimental to our well-being. After 70, you have the wisdom and experience to recognize relationships that are negative, critical, or simply don't bring you joy. Continuing to invest energy in these types of friendships can detract from your happiness and prevent you from focusing on more positive and fulfilling aspects of your life. Embracing independence provides the opportunity to consciously choose the relationships you want to nurture and to let go of those that are no longer serving you. This isn't about being unkind, but about prioritizing your emotional and mental health in your later years. It's about recognizing your worth and surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. Consider Robert, who is 76. He had a long-standing friendship with a man who was constantly negative and critical, often making Robert feel inadequate. Robert felt obligated to maintain the friendship due to their shared history. However, as he got older, he realized how much this friendship was impacting his mood and self-esteem. When he started to gently distance himself, he felt a huge weight lifted off his shoulders. He then had more time and energy for his family and for pursuing his hobbies, leading to a significant improvement in his overall happiness. Take an honest look at your current friendships. Do they make you feel good about yourself, or do they leave you feeling drained, criticized, or unhappy? Don't be afraid to set boundaries with friends who exhibit negative behaviors. You have the right to protect your peace and well-being. If a friendship consistently leaves you feeling worse than before, it might be time to gently distance yourself. This doesn't necessarily mean a dramatic confrontation, but rather a gradual reduction in contact. Focus your energy on nurturing relationships that are positive, supportive, and bring you genuine joy. Freeing yourself from draining or toxic friendships can have a profound impact on your happiness and well-being. It allows you to create space for more positive relationships and for focusing on your own needs and interests. This can lead to reduced stress, increased self-esteem, and a greater sense of control over your life. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who treat you with kindness and respect. After spending time with a friend, take a moment to reflect on how you feel. Do you feel uplifted and positive, or drained and negative? Keep track of your emotional responses to different social interactions. This can help you identify patterns and recognize friendships that might be having a negative impact on your well-being. If you are struggling to navigate difficult friendships or experiencing significant emotional distress, consider seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor. Letting go of draining relationships opens the door to greater freedom. Reason 5. You gain more freedom and autonomy in your choices. Maintaining a large social circle often comes with a degree of social obligation and the need to compromise on your choices. After 70, you might find that you value your freedom and autonomy more than ever. Embracing independence allows you to make decisions based on your own preferences and desires, without feeling the need to constantly consult with or accommodate a large group of friends. You have the freedom to choose how you spend your time, what activities you engage in, and when you want to be social or enjoy solitude. This increased sense of control over your own life can be incredibly empowering and contribute to a greater sense of well-being. You no longer have to feel pressured to attend events or participate in activities that don't truly interest you, simply to maintain social connections. This newfound freedom can allow you to explore new passions, pursue personal goals, and live life on your own terms. Take, for instance, John, who is 73. He always felt obligated to join his group of friends for their weekly golf outing, even though he didn't particularly enjoy golf. He did it to maintain the social connection. However, when he decided to embrace a more independent lifestyle, he realized he could spend that time pursuing his passion for photography, which brought him much more joy. He still sees his friends occasionally, but now is on his own terms and when he genuinely wants to. Embrace the freedom to say yes to what truly excites you and no to what doesn't. Don't feel guilty about prioritizing your own needs and preferences. Take the time to explore what you truly enjoy doing and make those activities a priority. Plan your days and weeks in a way that aligns with your personal goals and desires without feeling constrained by social obligations. Enjoy the flexibility to change your mind and adapt your plans as you see fit. By embracing greater freedom and autonomy, you can live a life that is more authentic and fulfilling. You'll have more time and energy to dedicate to your passions, your well-being, and your personal growth. This sense of control can lead to reduced stress, increased self-confidence, and a greater sense of satisfaction with your life. It's about living life on your own terms and making the most of your golden years. Reflect on how often you feel like you're doing things out of obligation rather than genuine desire. Make a conscious effort to say no to activities that don't resonate with you and observe how it makes you feel. Pay attention to the activities that bring you the most joy and try to incorporate more of them into your life. If you are struggling with feelings of isolation or loneliness despite having more freedom, it might be helpful to talk to a therapist or counselor to explore these feelings. Finally, let's consider that there are many other ways to find connection and fulfillment. Reason 6. There are many other meaningful ways to connect and find fulfillment. While traditional friendships are valuable, they are not the only source of connection and fulfillment in life. After 70, you might find meaningful connections through family, neighbors, community involvement, hobbies, or even online communities. Spending quality time with family members, such as children and grandchildren, can provide deep emotional satisfaction. Engaging in activities you enjoy, whether it's volunteering, joining a club, or pursuing a creative outlet, can connect you with like-minded individuals who share your passions. Even online communities can offer a sense of belonging and support. The key is to be open to different forms of connection and to focus on quality over quantity. You might find that a few close family members, a supportive neighbor, or a shared interest group can provide just as much, if not more, fulfillment than a large group of casual friends. It's about finding connections that are meaningful and enriching to your life in this stage. Consider Sarah, who is 71 and recently widowed. While she missed her close friends, she found immense joy and connection in spending more time with her grandchildren. She started volunteering at a local animal shelter where she met other animal lovers. She also joined an online book club where she connected with people from all over the world who shared her passion for reading. While her social circle looked different than it did in her younger years, she found it to be just as fulfilling and meaningful. Explore different avenues for connection and fulfillment beyond traditional friendships. Invest time and energy in nurturing your relationships with family members. Get involved in your local community through volunteering or joining clubs and organizations that align with your interests. Explore online communities and forums related to your hobbies or interests. Consider taking classes or workshops to learn new skills and meet new people. Be open to forming connections with people of different ages and backgrounds. By exploring alternative sources of connection and fulfillment, you can create a rich and meaningful life, even if your traditional social circle has changed. This can lead to a greater sense of purpose, belonging, and overall well-being. Remember, connection comes in many forms, and it's important to find what resonates most with you in this chapter of your life. Reflect on the different ways you currently connect with others and how fulfilling those connections are. Are there any areas where you feel a lack of connection? Brainstorm alternative ways you could potentially build more meaningful connections based on your interests and values. If you are feeling isolated or struggling to find meaningful connections, consider reaching out to a therapist or counselor for support and guidance. So, those are 6 compelling reasons why embracing independence after 70 can actually lead to a happier and more fulfilling life. Let's wrap things up with a summary. We've covered a lot today, so let's quickly recap the key takeaways. We discussed how reduced energy levels naturally occur with age, making it wise to prioritize how we spend our energy. We explored how our priorities and interests often shift after 70, leading us towards more introspective pursuits. We highlighted the value of solitude and self-reflection in cultivating inner peace. We emphasized the importance of freeing ourselves from draining or toxic friendships to protect our well-being. We looked at how embracing independence can lead to greater freedom and autonomy in our choices. And finally, we discussed the many alternative sources of connection and fulfillment that can enrich our lives beyond traditional friendships. I hope this discussion has provided you with a new perspective on friendship and independence in your later years. It's perfectly okay to find that your social needs change as you age, and embracing a more independent lifestyle can be incredibly liberating and beneficial for your overall well-being. Don't feel pressured to maintain a large social circle if it no longer brings you joy or if it drains your energy. Instead, focus on what truly matters to you, whether it's pursuing your passions, spending quality time with loved ones, or simply enjoying the peace and quiet of your own company. Remember, this stage of life can be a time of immense joy, wisdom, and freedom. Embrace the opportunity to focus on yourself, your interests, and your well-being. You have a lifetime of experiences to draw upon, and you have earned the right to live life on your own terms. Whether that involves a close-knit group of friends, a few cherished loved ones, or significant periods of peaceful solitude, the most important thing is to create a life that brings you happiness and contentment. Embrace this new chapter with confidence and know that prioritizing your independence can be a powerful path to a more fulfilling and joyful life after 70. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. What are your experiences with friendship and independence after 70? Do you agree with these points? Or do you have a different perspective? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you and create a community where we can all learn from each other. If you found this discussion helpful or thought-provoking, please consider sharing it with others who might benefit from hearing this message. It could be a friend, a family member, or anyone in your network who is navigating their golden years. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you found it insightful and empowering. If you enjoyed this content and want to hear more discussions on topics related to healthy aging and well-being, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. We truly appreciate your support and love having you as part of our community. Until next time, take care and embrace the journey of aging with grace and joy.